Until the iPhone 11 Pro, yes, new naming there, is unveiled. And it's been a crazy week of leaks. We've got some triple lens iPad Pros that nobody asked for. At first I thought that was a joke, but apparently actually very likely to happen. New naming for the iPhone, the Pro series, and I partnered with Max Weinbach to bring you an extensive report on a bunch of new features you haven't heard anywhere else coming to the iPhone 11, which may or may not sway you to buy it. I'm excited personally. I'm always excited when Apple's releasing something, and I don't know about everyone else, but it should be an exciting month. All right, so let's get started with the Pro naming. This makes sense to me, and let's start with where it came from. CoinX is a Twitter leaker. He accurately predicted the last year's lineup just a week before release, and has been fairly accurate with earlier rumors as well. He insinuated towards a Pro naming on this year's iPhone lineup. Now, he didn't detail what the other iPhone would be called, so there are a couple of variations here. Let's go through those. The iPhone XR replacement this year would either be just the iPhone or iPhone 11, leaving the 5.8 and 6.5 inch models to be the iPhone 11 Pro, or possibly just iPhone Pro. To me, the naming makes sense. I like it. I think it's good for Apple's marketing too. The only problem I have is, do the new features justify the Pro naming? And Vanya Geskin here puts it well. The Pro should be USB-C, the Pro Motion display, and of course Apple Pencil support. This year's iPhone is only rumored to get Apple Pencil support, at least on the new iPhone 11 and 11 Pro series. So what features would Apple be keeping exclusive to the Pros that other iPhones haven't had before? We'll definitely find out. I don't think the Apple Pencil is enough. And next year, there will be a bigger distinguishing factor between the Pro and non-Pro series with all those upgrades happening. We've got more release date predictions, this time from CNET. They're anticipating also a September 10th announcement date with a September 20th release date. That one's being predicted by SoftBank president, who just casually dropped it in an interview. And a new report from Wedbush today is claiming that all three iPhones will be released simultaneously. So there won't be a staggered release like last year on the iPhone XR. In fact, this will be the first year where Apple launches three iPhones and they're released at the exact same time. Okay, so let's start on those exclusive leaks with Max Weinbach. First things first is he's saying base storage will be rising from 64 to 128 gigabytes. Better, but not as good as Samsung. They offer 256 gigabytes base storage on the Note series. Apple's never really been about value though. Past that will be 256 gigabytes and then a 512 gigabyte option like currently exists. And this is just for the 5.8 and 6.5 inch. He doesn't know about the budget end 6.1 inch model. And by the way, regarding these leaks, it's interesting to me because I'll be going back once the iPhone launches and we'll be able to compare all of this stuff because there's a lot in here. He's also saying 1 terabyte is rumored for 2020. So next year's iPhone will have a max storage size of 1 terabyte. And a very cool one, he's saying that the rainbow Apple logo rumors we've been hearing about are true, but won't be happening in the way that you think. Indeed, Apple will be bringing a rainbow look to certain devices, but it'll be more of a coating. So not the old retro style Apple logo like I showed you earlier, more like the shimmer on the back of the Galaxy Note 10 series, but a lot more subtle. And we tried to render that for you. It isn't easy. He understands it as more of a silver aura with some rainbow elements to it. Very subtle, but when you move your iPhone around, it'll have a beautiful look. And a lot like the current coating on the XS Max, Apple has been playing with them, so it makes sense that they'd expand on that with the iPhone 11, make it feel more different. And of course, don't forget we're gonna have that matte coating on the back of the new iPhone, which by feeling alone, it will feel different. He also says the gold coloring for the premium iPhone will be slightly different. He doesn't know in which way, but it will look different. It would be nice for Apple to bring back the iPhone 8 soft gold color. That's one of my favorite all-time iPhone colors, and I'd like to see it on this year's iPhone too. The 6.1 inch XR is to receive improvements in the corner of the display with improved anti-aliasing and then just general display panel improvements. It's Apple's last year on the Liquid Retina display, then they're going all OLED on next year's lineup, so they want to leave that off on a good note. Apparently, they've also been testing iPhone 11R prototypes without a mute switch on the side. Unknown if that'll make it to production. We know there are general mute switch changes even on the iPhone 11 Pro. There will be improved microphones on this year's iPhones, in particular to improve stereo recording, and Apple wants to fix any issues you may have during calls. Face ID will have internal changes, which in turn will mean it'll be as fast as Generation 2 of Face ID. That's quite fast because right now it lags behind. Regarding the cameras, some features here. All 3 lenses will be used for portrait mode data. And this means that there will be certain features restricted just to the iPhone 11 Pro series, where the 6.1 inch will have some features left out. You will be able to film video